A share in a professional sports team, a full year subscription to Equinox, the high heels with the red bottoms on them, a Kenyan safari, a full body tattoo. One of these is true. It's publicly available information what first-year associates are making at big law firms. And even if a particular firm isn't available online, there's a market rate that most big law firms will hit. And right now, that rate is $190,000 as an entry-level salary and $15,000 as an entry-level bonus. And so you're looking at $205,000 for a first-year associate salary and bonus, which is incredible when you think about the fact that most first-year associates are coming in with zero practical skills and zero practical knowledge and have to be trained from the ground up. And big law firms have been paying high salaries and bonuses to first-year associates for years. When I graduated in 2011, the going rate for a first-year associate was $160,000 as a starting salary and a $10,000 year-end bonus for a total of $170,000. Now, of course, this doesn't cover all law firms or all markets even, but it is what the market rate is for the highest paying big law firms as of today. Some lawyers say, you know what, $205,000 as an entry-level position really isn't that much money when you take into account the hours that associates have to bill at a law firm and be physically in the office, or if you take into account the average debt coming out of law school, which is somewhere around $150,000. But I would like to respectfully disagree and say that $205,000 as an entry-level job with no practical skills is a ton of money. To put this kind of money into perspective, as an entry-level position, the only other professions that come close are going to be investment banking analysts for big firms like JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, software engineers for big tech companies like Facebook or Google, and doctors in certain specialty areas if you don't count their years of residency. You might ask yourself why law firms would hire brand new baby lawyers with very little skills and pay them that kind of money. And as far as I can tell, it's mainly two things. One, law firms can bill out young associates at really high rates for doing really low-level tasks like document review or contract review for really long hours of the day. And two, they can afford to compete with one another to get the highest achieving students, to get the students from the most prestigious law schools, to make them look good, to give them themselves more prestige, and they can afford to continue competing with one another, which also raises salaries and bonuses year after year after year. So when faced with this kind of money, the question becomes, what are you gonna buy with it? I know that for me, I had never had this kind of money or access to this kind of money before in my entire life, and I know a lot of associates who are in the same position. And so when you're paid this astronomical salary, what is it that you're going to buy? And for a lot of my law school classmates, they immediately bought houses, really nice cars, luxury gym memberships, nice electronics, top of the line, whatever was coming out, and started paying off student loans. So what did I buy with the kind of money I was making? I didn't buy a house, I didn't buy a car. To put it simply, I bought a life in Manhattan, New York. I bought the experience of living in a $2,300 studio apartment near Union Square. I bought about that same amount of money in food every month, in bacon and egg and cheese bagel sandwiches and wood-fired pizza and cannolis and chocolate cake. I put all of the furniture from my Dallas apartment into storage and bought all new mini versions of that furniture that would actually fit in my New York apartment. It was incredible to have that kind of freedom that money allowed for. To be able to live in a city I never would have considered visiting before law school. To be able to go to bars and restaurants with friends that I was invited to that I could never have afforded before getting this job. I was never 100% comfortable with this new lifestyle. There was always something sort of tugging at me, reminding me that this was going to be temporary, that this was going to be a temporary season in my life, and that it wasn't always going to be like this, so enjoy it while you can. And that was a feeling I got even though I had no plans to leave the firm at the time. I even enjoyed toying with the idea of making partner one day, but nevertheless, there was this feeling internally that this was not going to be the lifestyle that I was always going to have, and probably, if I'm being honest, not the lifestyle that I always was going to want. So with this in mind, I never spent my law firm salary on anything that didn't allow me to walk away. I wanted to keep my options open, even though I didn't know what those options were, what I wanted them to be, or not even having set plans to leave the law firm at any particular time. I just knew that I wanted that freedom and that I didn't want to spend money on any big purchases or go into debt that would make me dependent on the law firm job. And I also learned about the concept of the curse of the golden handcuffs early on. Going into debt, making these big purchases, having a lifestyle that makes you dependent on the salary of a high-paying job such that you can never walk away. And I saw that happening to so many of the associates I worked with that were miserable, that were tired, that were no longer interested or fulfilled by the job, but didn't walk away because the money was too high and they needed it for the lifestyle that they had created for themselves. There are only 2 cures to the golden handcuffs I've ever seen. And one of them is pretend like you don't have the money, that it's not yours. Put it in a savings account, an investment account, donate it, whatever you need to do immediately. And to make decisions based on where you're gonna live, what car you're gonna drive, what you're gonna wear, where you're gonna send your kids to school, as if that money is not yours. And it is tough and it is tempting, but it's still a lot easier than number 2. And number 2 is walk away. And walking away from a high-paying job is extremely difficult. There's always another level to get to. There's always another raise in the paycheck or in bonuses. And even if you set something in your mind that you want to make an exit path for, so at $300,000, I'll walk away. At $500,000, I'll walk away. At partner, I'll walk away. At senior equity partner, I'll walk away. Every year it gets successively harder to do because every year comes with a greater and greater increase in salary and bonuses. And so even if you've promised yourself that you're going to spend more time at home, that you're going to leave this job to travel more, that you're going to leave the job to pursue a dream in another career area you've already had, maybe something more creative or something very off the wall, it just makes it harder and harder to rationalize that choice as the money gets bigger and bigger. And so money is just such a crazy, seductive, powerful thing that the longer you wait to walk away, the easier it is to rationalize reasons not to leave. Personally, for me, it took 5 years to wean myself off of a big loss salary, and now I have come full circle and I'm making $0 working as a pro bono attorney on cases that for the first time in years I really care about while I get a postgraduate degree. And I know that everybody is in a different situation, has different levels of commitments and different needs that they're taking care of. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I have seen happen to my friends and colleagues over and over in terms of staying at a big law firm job, not because they love it or they feel excited or fulfilled by it anymore, but because financial commitments they've already made have required them to stay. What I hope for you guys and what I wish for you guys is if you start working at a big law firm to enjoy it, to enjoy the excitement of it, the experience of it, but that I also wish you the freedom to be able to leave and to walk away when it's no longer the right place for you anymore. So I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know if something in particular spoke to you. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.